6 questions for people of faith. If you consider yourself a person of faith, you will find that answering the most basic of questions can be quite an eye-opening experience. We would like to challenge you to sincerely ask the following questions of yourself. They are by no means trick questions. Consider them a form of spiritual awakening. You will get more from this exercise if you write down your responses. With all of that out of the way, do you have your pen and paper ready? Remember, as always, when answering, it's best to be true to yourself. Are you ready? Good. Then let's begin. In reference to my spiritual life, question number 1. What do I actually believe? Question number 2. Why do I believe as I do? Question number 3. Have I attempted to convince others to believe as I do? Question number 4. Did I ever verify what I believe to be true? Question number 5. Have I ever cared enough for any of it to matter? Looking back over your answers, how do you feel about them? Are you really happy with your responses? If you're like the great majority of people, you may not be satisfied with several, if not all, of your responses to these questions. You may be starting to realize that you should have been more proactive in regards to what composes your spiritual belief system. You may realize that you should not have trusted others for what you have the responsibility of verifying for yourself. Discerning fact from fiction is our personal responsibility. That brings us to our last question. Question number 6. Have you been blinded by the light? You're probably asking, what does that even mean? Blinded by the light. Well, simply stated, many people are blindly attending religious services, thinking that they are fully aware of what they are participating in. If you are one of the many who practice any mainstream religion based on the Bible, and in particular the New Testament, the answer to this question is most assuredly yes. Most people attending establishment churches never take the time or make the effort to study the source of their beliefs or the origin thereof. The unfortunate result of this is an ill-informed group of people with a faith marred by half-truths and outright lies. These same individuals are strongly encouraged to tell others that they need to believe as they do. Otherwise, they will not be saved. The sad fact is that most Christians have been systematically blinded by the light. If you've gotten this far, congratulations. Most people, unfortunately, never take the time to ask themselves the very important questions that you just did. It's so easy to get caught up in the trappings of religion, unaware and blinded from the real truth. How can we say such things? Because we were once there as well. Yes, in the past, we too trusted the establishment's version of what the Bible represents. After extensive investigation and study, we found that many of their assertions lack not only historical merit, but theological integrity as well. Talk about adding insult to injury. Understanding and accepting the fact that we too had been blinded by the light, to one degree or another, was our first step toward spiritual healing. It can be yours as well. It's not too late. If possible, wouldn't you like to see the truth that's in the Bible? Would you like to understand Jesus' true message, perhaps for the first time? Wouldn't that be a blessing? There can be a better tomorrow, but only if you start learning the truth today. If you would like to be able to answer those earlier questions and others with confidence, and gain greater understanding of some important biblical truths, we encourage you to read and study the contents of the book, Blinded by the Light, Have You Seen the Christ? It is not at all what you may be thinking. What we can say is that the book is an informative and entertaining expose that will open your eyes like they have never been opened before. The book also serves as a study guide and is something you can always have to refer to. This is not some New Age version of Christianity or some new revelation that only we claim to have. No, it has been right there in the Bible the whole time, but obscured by layer after layer of man-made religious dogma. Thousands of hours of research and study have been condensed into this publication, making the search for spiritual awareness more convenient and comprehensible. Reading Blinded by the Light, Have You Seen the Christ? Will spare you the burden of blindly searching alone in the darkness of establishment falsehoods. The truth is easier to ascertain than you may think. The book is filled with vital information that will shed new light into your spiritual life and free you from the man-made doctrines that have made organized religion so complicated, divisive, and blinding. You have before you now the opportunity to free yourself and others from the trappings of the man-made church, perhaps for the very first time of your life. You can now choose to live life in accordance with Jesus' actual teachings and not be a prisoner bound by establishment religion. It's not too late. Take control of your spiritual awareness and see the Christ's message for yourself. Come learn his message and spread the truth. So much depends on it. To discover the truth of Jesus' message, visit seethechrist.com.